Hey guys, it's Deborah. So today I'm going to be talking about 5 more books that I have read recently. It's been a while since I filmed one of these videos because I don't know if I mentioned this in the last one that I did, but the Throne of Glass series kind of put me in like a little slump thing because the ending was just rough and the whole storyline was like really intense, and it's hard to get into another series or book in general whenever you fall in love with the characters like that. So after I finish like a series, I don't know what to read because I don't want to take the time to immerse myself in another book. Once I finish reading a book, I don't want to take all of the effort to get immersed into another storyline. Once I'm there, I'm okay and I finish the book, depending on how long it is, in a few days. But if I'm not immersed in the book yet, I have to get like 100 pages in or I just am lost to the world. I'm going to be talking about the 5 books that I recently read. 3 of them are in a trilogy, so that'll be like one group discussion type thing, but let's just get started. It feels like I read this book forever ago, and I know I've talked about it on this channel because I read it before the end of 2017, so it's been a good long while since I read it. It is Kind of Funny Story by Ned Vizzini. I talked about this in, I think, my favorite books of 2017 video, which I'll link in the eye, which is either here or over here, I never remember. This book follows the main character named Craig, and he is diagnosed with depression. One day he decides that he is going to go jump off a bridge, which is where our story mainly picks up, and is put into a mental hospital for 7 days. And it's his journey as we meet the characters in the mental hospital and see all of their different quirks and characteristics and meet all of these great new people and see his experience and his turn of events and all the things that happen in his brain and his progression. When I read this book, I really loved it. I really enjoyed reading it. It was great. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I really did love this book. When I first finished it, I couldn't stop talking about it, and now because it's not in the forefront of my brain, I'm not talking about it, but I really enjoyed it, and I would highly recommend reading this book in particular. The next book I read was Rossano and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alir Sines, I think is how I pronounce it. I read this book in my 24-hour readathon, which is another video that I filmed. It's like 20 minutes long, so you gotta commit and get some popcorn. I'll link that one in the eye also. I read this book in about 5 hours, I think, was how long it took. And I absolutely loved this story. I loved it. It follows 2 boys, Rossano and Dante. Rossano being like the main character and Dante being his best friend, who meet over the course of a summer and become best friends, and then we see their relationship grow and evolve, and lots of stuff just goes down within the story that hurt me emotionally, and it caused me to almost cry, if not actually cry, a couple of times. I loved seeing the characters develop because the story does take place over the course of like a full year, so the characters grow and develop a lot and become more who they are, and I just really loved seeing the course of events play out and all of the character development that did happen. I tried to get my friend to read it and she gave it back to me like 2 days ago. She personally didn't like it because it was very fast-paced, and it's a really fast-paced book, so if you're not into that, it's probably not the right book for you. It was fast and it was easy to read in the few hours that I did read it in, and I'm really glad I picked this book to read in the 24-hour readathon that I did. I think I also rated this one a 5 stars on Goodreads, and I think this one's also in my favorite books of 2018. The next books I'm going to be talking about are, like I said earlier, in a trilogy, and that is the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy by Laini Taylor. So the first book is Daughter of Smoke and Bone, the second is Days of Blood and Starlight, and the third is Dreams of Gods and Monsters. This trilogy was wonderful. I adored it. The main character's name is Karu, and she is essentially a messenger between 2 worlds, except there's a lot more mystery knowledge with it. The man she's grown up with and lived with her entire life is named Brimstone, and he has 3 assistants, if you will. The catch here is that they are all animals, except they are animals in the sense that they are combined creatures. You know, like a minotaur and a sphinx are creatures that have multiple different body parts from animals. It was lovely. There's a lot more that goes on in this book, or in these 3 books, than just a girl as a messenger. A lot more happens after the first one. There's a lot of realizations that I don't want to tell you about because I don't want to spoil the rest of the books or the first one, really. But I really loved the series and all of these books. I'm not happy with the way it ended. It wasn't a satisfying ending. Dreams of Gods and Monsters was great up until the last, like, 5 chapters maybe? Maybe 10. I didn't like how it ended. It didn't offer enough closure for me. I was expecting something that, yes, like, closed the world off, but also made it open for interpretation, like they were rebuilding a world or something. But that's not exactly what happened, and you'll only understand if you've read it. But it didn't have enough closure for me, and there was too many open ends, and I want more out of it, if that makes sense. But I loved Karu's character, first of all, and I love Akiva with all of my heart. And Zuzana and Mick are both lovely characters, and I love their relationship. And I love Zuzana, which is Karu's best friend. I love Karu and Zuzana's relationship together. All of the jokes they make are hilarious to me. And just the fact that they're both art students trying to live a normal life and then all of this crap takes over their world it's amazing, and I love how they were written. The first two got a 5 out of 5 stars from me, and the last one I gave 4.5 out of 5 stars because I didn't like the ending. I loved every other aspect of the book except the ending. Overall, I really liked these books, and if you didn't catch that, you should have. But my friend Emma recommended them to me, and I would like to say thank you because they were great. The entire time I was reading them, I was texting her and screaming about all of the crap that was going on. She was like, ha, just wait, just wait. That's all I really have to say about these, I guess, because I don't want to give away too much of the plot. Oh no! Okay, it didn't bend, we're okay. Oh my gosh. These are the 5 most recent books that I've read. If you can't tell, I'm a very slow reader until I actually start reading a book. It takes me a while to get through short books because I start reading it and then I read like a little bit at a time and I don't get immersed into the story because I don't like taking that jump into the whole new world. Which is probably why I don't read as many books, because I don't like taking that first step and reading the whole thing or reading a lot of pages, because if I don't read a lot of pages the first time I start reading it, then I'm not gonna read much of it until I force myself to start reading and end up like finishing the book in the day. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and ding the bell to get notified every time I upload. I will see you guys in the future. Goodbye! My hair got so frizzy today and I don't know why, so I just like put it up and I'm hoping for the best.